Murder Inc. docuseries part 5.
Yes, sir.
The finale.
Finale, man.
It's over, man. This hurts.
Man, nah, bro. I was really upset when that last episode came to an end.
There's nothing else to watch now but Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I'll watch it, bro. I promise.
Okay. All right. Part 5 is here. It started, I think, with the doors being kicked in or something like that. The feds. This is the episode of the Murder Inc. trial. The fraud cases, not the fraud cases, the tax evasion cases,
Money laundering,
things like that. Still trying to tie Irv and his brother in with Supreme, the drug dealer, getting things back after the trial because, of course, they were acquitted. The resurgence of not Murder Inc., but Irv Gotti, the success of Lloyd as an artist. This was a lot. This was bittersweet, but the ending was kind of sweet. You got to see him create Tales. After every single episode of this show, I watched Tales right after it. Tales came on right after it. Glued to my seat after every episode. It's not the best acting, but that's what I enjoy about like Tyler Perry, BET. They give young black actors a chance to work and grow, get their name out, actually get on TV, do their thing. But that's an Irv Gotti production. Tales, it's all his. There was a lot packed into this part 5.
No, yeah, it was an amazing episode, like you said. So, 4 kind of ended, like you said, with them explaining as far as to why like the feds were coming. This one kind of explained like, okay, after the first indictment, then like the entire process of, the court leading up into the trial. It was like a 2 or 3 year process, I think from like 03 to like the end of 05.
Right.
Type shit. So that's what this episode just detailed. So it talked about, all of the lawyers, everything that they went through with the case.
Jog went to jail.
Jog went to jail. Like everything that they were going on with, with the lawyers, the government, the case, the trial, how Murder Inc. He was able to come back, re-sign Lloyd. They dropped the fucking hit song that we all love, "You" with Lil Wayne.
Absolutely, get it, shawty.
Get it, shawty. Like they were really trying to come out of the hole. It seemed like. So they go to trial. They go through the case, all the proceedings.
Meanwhile, Ashanti runs for the hills. She leaves.
Ashanti didn't want any parts, in that, like you said. So she was just trying to separate herself. She still had a successful career in her eyes, after the whole situation with Murder Inc. So she separated. She went, I don't even know where she went, but she was no longer part of Murder Inc. He really only had Lloyd. And then, they go into the court cases, like I said, and it's like, man, these guys are really fighting for their lives. So it's Irv Lorenzo, Irv Gotti, and his brother Chris. They decide, because the government tried to give them a plea. They said that, if you flip on Supreme, you'll get 6 months, I think is what it was. Mm-hmm. Or if you go to trial, you have the potential to face up to like 20 years.
Was it 6 months or were they getting out? Or was it?
Maybe it was something that was 6 months. But yeah, basically, yes, they were going to get off.
Irv's family was begging him to take the deal. Him and his brother, they were on the tip of like, look, you got kids. You'll fuck around and not see anymore. That you go away for this amount of time. Mm-hmm. You're gonna ruin your business. You're gonna ruin your wife's life. You're gonna ruin your kid's life. Everything is gonna be soured. And it's to the point where Irv is like, I get that, but on this same tip, if I take this deal, I'll look over my shoulder for the rest of my life. I'll never be respected again. I'll be a snitch.
All right.
So they took the Young Thug, Gunna, YSL mentality, and they said, fuck it, take it to trial.
Fuck it, take it to trial.
Hey, like, I don't know what it was. Like, when they said that, I'm like, oh, I mean, of course, I already knew the outcome.
Right.
But I'm listening. I'm like, yeah, nigga, fuck it, take it to trial. And they win.
Yeah, they won. It took a lot of guts for that, though, like you said, because it comes, like, you come to find out that the government was actually building a false case against them, essentially. Like, yes, they had the people involved, like Supreme. They had shit built up on him, but the case, as far as like where the inclusion of Murder Inc.
Just
fits into
pulling
the
bullshit
picture,
together.
they really just made it up, and they really had these guys, these two black men, lives on the line for some shit that was completely made up.
Yeah.
When you really think about it, and on top of that, that was the downfall of Murder Inc. So yes, they win,
And they ruined it over nothing.
but they ruined Murder Inc. Like, it's tarnished. Nobody would even like. Basically, he was blackballed. Irv Gotti ended up being like blackballed from the industry.
All of his artists, except for Black Chris and Ja Rule, left him. He talked about how, or was it Chris Black? Black Chris?
Black Chris.
Yeah, Black Chris and Ja Rule were really the only ones that stood beside him, and that's why he loves them so much to this day, because everybody else ran for the hills. Ja Rule was talking about how that's my brother. I would never leave him. Black Chris was on the tip that, hey, yo, I'm from the streets. I had just got out of jail when you signed me. So, like, I'm still in this street mentality of, I can't leave my niggas now that the shit is thick. I gotta stick with these niggas. Lloyd stuck with them.
Right.
You just saw Lloyd fucking flourish after that shit. Once they got things back together, his first album was on Murder Inc. Every album after that was under Gotti, but not Murder Inc.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible.
Incredible, bro. Another thing with Black Chris, like you said, just speaking more. Is it Black Chris or Black Child? Is it Black Child or Black?
Both
Chris?
both were
That's
a part of the
Okay.
documentary, though.
Okay, got you. But anyways, just another quick fact about that. Like you said, people respect Irv so much. His friends respect him so much, because he's really a great person. He's somebody who's really built this company, this music record label from ground bottom, right? So Black Chris, like you said, when everything was going on, when shit got thick, he stuck beside Gotti. So later on, when Gotti is able to build Tales, Black Chris is able to star as play an actor. He has a role in this movie, in this show. So it's just like,
Played a police officer, yeah.
it's just
And now it's case by case, the episode. So he's not on every single one. But yeah, like he still gets multiple opportunities doing shit like that.
just a full circle moment where just like, because he stayed down, because he stayed true to Gotti, like still to this day, this was 20 years ago when they first met. Still to this day, he's being blessed because of that relationship.
I'm giving you work still. It's like some Kanye Cootie shit. Like I'm
crazy.
I'm gonna bless this man forever now. That
crazy.
Cootie shit. I come back full circle, give you 26 M's. That's brotherhood.
That's love.
That's a brother. That's love, like you
That's
said.
love, man.
And it doesn't have to be 26 million. The same way Kanye is able to do for Beanie, the same way Irv is able to do for Black Chris. It's shit like that. What else are we missing from this?
That was pretty much it. That what I can remember. The case, like we said, the downfall of Murder Inc., how they got blackballed afterwards. Tales.
Leora Cohen, when he came back, he offered him $1 million, which Irv said was bullshit. He turned that down and immediately got 11 with Universal. Mm-hmm. Why did Leora kept like what? He offered him 1 in the beginning.
Yeah.
Then he said, this guy offered me blah 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 blah. Then he came back and they gave him 3.
I don't know. Leora, he respected, or this is my opinion. They respected each other when it came to just the business side of things, but I think like personally,
Not friends.
yeah, bro, he really didn't like her.
And he thought he was stupid.
yeah, like he really did not like bro. So I think when it came to that, he was just trying to fuck him and just like, let's see if he'd really take this deal, and ended up really just breaking that whole relationship that was whatever relationship that they had at that point, and pretty much just broke it at that point.
Yeah. And they don't talk too highly of each other these days.
Yeah.
We can go ahead and move on past that though. Are you ready?
Yeah, but just closing out, bro. Overall, like we said, that docuseries was great.
That was incredible. It was so needed.
Man, it was great, bro. 5 parts. Definitely check it out if you haven't, man. It's on BET. I'm sure that they'll be playing that like they play Baby Boy pretty soon.
It's a part of hip hop culture that you didn't know you needed, and you need that. It's not talked about. Murder Inc., Irv Gotti, Ja Rule, Ashanti, Lloyd, they're washed over as it pertains to rap history and people talking about them, and it's needed. That was needed.